Alright guys, welcome back, and in this video I am going to show you how long does it take for an appointment. Man, I remember back in my days when I started being an agent, very low quality agent. I did not know what I was doing. I used to take 3-4 hours with a customer because I wanted to make sure that I was enrolling them in the best option. However, as I grew as an agent and I learned experience, I was able to minimize that time frame, which is what I'm going to recommend. So you have to be prepared when you walk to that house to have a time frame for that appointment, and don't leave that open-ended because you have a goal, right? Your goal is to grow that book of business, right? So my recommendation is minimum 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. Okay, and as a rule of thumb, you should allow yourself 2 hours for that appointment. So if you're gonna see a customer at 10 o'clock, you should schedule 10 to 12 for that client. It might only take you an hour, but at least you schedule yourself to 12 o'clock just in case they have questions, and just in case some things might show up on that appointment and now you're not late for your another appointment, right? So, but if you schedule only 1 hour from 10 to 11, and then you have another appointment at 11:30, guess what? If something comes up, you might be late for your 11:30, and then you ruin your reputation because of that. So always allow 2 hours maximum for your appointment, 2 hours allotments, and take as much as 1 hour if needed, okay? That's what I recommend. Now, second thing I want to tell you is why some appointments are longer, right? What are some things that can take the appointment to be longer, and why 2 hours? You know, 2 hours is a long time. Hey, I can close a deal in 30 minutes and be out of the house and close another deal 30 minutes later. But why do you want to take at least 1 hour, and why some appointments might actually take 2 hours, right? One of the things that I want you to do when you are in that customer's house is that you develop a relationship with that client. You hear that? Develop a relationship with that client. The insurance business is about relationship. It's not transactional, it's relationships. The more relationships you have with your client, the more referrals they're gonna give you. Now, you may also find out that your client has multiple health conditions. When they have multiple health conditions, not all plans are going to accept that client, and also not all health plans are going to cover those particular prescriptions for those health conditions. So you might have to allow more time to do research on those conditions. Now, by the way, if you want to cut your time on an appointment, make sure you watch my video on how to prep yourself, or how to prepare yourself for an appointment. I'll give you specific tips on how to minimize this time frame, on how to prep for an appointment. Make sure you watch that. Now, what are some other things that you have to watch out when you're in that customer's house for that appointment? They might have a lot of doctors that they go and see, and if you're putting them on a health plan, you want to make sure that the new health plan is going to cover the doctors. Very important, because otherwise you're going to have a disenrollment. Also, there might be multiple prospects in the house, and that's a good thing, because if they have multiple prospects that now they all want insurance, yeah, thank God I saved that extra hour, because now I'm going to use this extra hour to close the second deal in the same household. So that's another reason of why you should always book yourself 2 hours, even if it only takes you 1 hour. Okay. The next thing is that they may have many questions. They may have a bunch of questions. Haven't you had a client like that? And you answer the questions, and they ask another question, and then you ask them, are you ready to close? Let's go ahead and sign the paperwork, but they still ask you questions. Don't give up. If they ask questions, it's because it's absence of value. So make sure you answer their questions, and you go jump into the close again. Now, the last thing is that they might also be interested in other products. So one thing I recommend is that you tell them everything you do. Finish your first sale while you're there at the household, but now they might be interested in something else you have. maybe a dental plan, maybe a vision plan, maybe a life insurance plan, maybe a health plan, whatever the situation might be, they might be interested in that. I'm not saying to close that second sale there, especially if you already exhausted the 2 hours. But what I'm saying is that that's an opportunity for you to schedule a second appointment. And you can ask specific questions to get you ready for that second appointment. And for more reference, again, go ahead and watch my video on how to prepare for an appointment. That's it for today, folks. Hope this helps. I have a lot of content for you guys, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.